Suspects looking for a third baby daddy. Suspect support reports her more than her men. Suspect likes her men like she likes her coffee. Black. Suspect running from menopause.
It seemed like no matter what the age is, these modern women are still making bad decisions and then going and blaming it on men.
I went on a date with a guy, and he's like, yeah, I really love this place. I love coming here. This place is so good. I said, really? How many girls are you taking here?
Can't have nothing
He
nice.
goes, can we just have a nice time? So, anybody who's like, Maddie, why are you single? That's why.
I have a question for the single men of TikTok and of the world. Is buying a girl a drink still something that we do? Still something that y'all do at the bar? You see a pretty girl, you want to talk to her, you offer to buy her a drink? Because I never in my life, not once, have had someone come up to me and ask to buy me a drink. So I'm just wondering, is that a thing we still do? Is there something wrong with me? What's going on?
I'm dropping these hints and I feel like they are obvious. There was one time he messaged me and I thought, okay, let me try and show him I'm interested. I didn't write back. I sent him a voice note. And then I would like comment under his pictures of him and be like, oh, this is a fire outfit, da da da. Like I wasn't doing too much, but I felt like I was doing it enough that he would get the hint. So I said to my girls, I was like, does this man got a girlfriend? What's going on? I'm like, he just wasn't giving me anything back. This goes on for like 3 months. And then I literally messaged my girls to say, you see this Ty Niger guy on Instagram? I said, I'm done with this dude. He is not interested in me. The day I say to my girls, I'm done, I get a message from him saying that, oh, he wants to have a chat with me on the phone. I was like, look at God. I said, God heard me say, I have given up with this man. I'm done with him. And just like that, he messaged me.
So you married?
I'm going through a divorce.
What happened with that?
Basically, my husband stopped meeting my expectations.
What you mean?
Excuse me?
So when I met him, when I met my husband, I told him what I expect from a man. The number one rule with being with me is you have to provide. I won't settle for anything less. So my husband ended up losing his job.
He had a job?
Yeah,
where he worked
He
at?
had a job. He was a manager at a warehouse.
Put the mic in so these people can hear you. He was a manager at the warehouse?
Mm-hmm. He was a manager at a warehouse.
Okay.
So he ended up losing his job. He came home and he told me. I'm like, okay, cool. All right.
I mean, just the way she's sitting, it says to me that she thinks that what she's about to say, she believes it wholeheartedly. Like she had a right to do whatever she is about to do.
So a month went by and he looked for me to pay the bills. Who paying what bills? So I was going to consider it if he gave me the money back for paying the bills. And he told me no. He felt like he shouldn't have to do that. What do you mean? When I told you as a man, I expect you to provide. Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills as long as I got a husband.
Why? Y'all live in the same house. Are you dumb? Like what where does this come from? Like what is this? I told you this, and this. I bet if he said, okay, and this is what I expect every single night from you, then there would have been a problem with his expectations. I don't get it. I don't get how modern women can get on the internet and say something silly like this and then just cross their legs. The body language shows entitlement. And they don't, it's like they don't understand what they're saying isn't smart. It doesn't make any sense.
None. If you can, you can hear.
He probably happy you don't know.
I'm sure he missed me.
A headache? That would be a headache for me. Like, I know I just lost my job. What if he lied? You know, knew that I just lost my job, baby, to test.
But
what is he doing now?
That's childish. Like, what you testing me for? That's childish.
I'm saying to see what I got. Now I see what I got.
If you asked me to be your wife, you knew what you had.
Nah, I ain't thinking I down lose my job from the warehouse and they gonna do that.
I mean, but you knew what it was. You knew what it was. I told you who I want from the beginning, and you still asked me to be your wife.
Oh, you told him that if he loses his job, you going 30 days?
I didn't tell him that, but I told him,
What'd you
like,
tell him?
you are to provide. And I told him, baby, your money is my money, and my money is my money. And so he didn't have any more money, and that was a problem for me.
You hear him laughing in the background? The producers and everybody are laughing at her. She knows that what she's saying does not make a whole lot of sense. And she thinks for some reason, because she told him, hey, my money is my money and your money is my money also, that she's still entitled to have this belief. This, well, you knew this and that. Maybe he signed on to that. I don't think I would have, but maybe he signed on to that thinking, well, I'm not about to lose my job. My job is pretty stable. Nobody ever goes into a relationship thinking that they're going to lose their job. But it would be good to understand that at some point in time, one of you guys is probably going to lose your job, right? So once again, I wondered if he said in a situation, I want you to be intimate with me 4 times a week and you got a headache. Well, you knew what it was when you got me. Well, I really got a headache, man. Like I'm actually I'm nauseous. I'm feeling sick. I'm almost throwing up. Like I really can't do it. I'm not messing around with you. Like you saw me in the bathroom just a minute. No, I don't want to hear that. You knew what it was. Then he would be, to put it very extremely mildly, he would be a jerk. I think men and women would be on his case. Like, dude, what kind of dude is this, man? This some type of mishandling. Leave him. Get out of there. Run fast. But for some reason, because you told him, like, whatever you told him, and now that he lost his job, you think it's okay for you to do this to him? And you wonder why men ain't getting married? He don't even understand it. He's just looking at you. And the people in the studio is like, is this real life? Am I living in the Twilight Zone? Come on, man.
Do a lot if we really feel it.
This is the
It's
second part
ones
to
we
it,
don't
I
like.
guess.
We make them do it all.
So you ain't like your husband.
I ain't trying to embarrass my husband even more on the internet. But
So you know you embarrassed him. You know you embarrassed him and you still said that. What are you thinking?
he was a simp, and I seen the opportunity, and I took it.
Well, I'm saying what his qualities was.
I mean, for one, he accepted the fact that I have 3 kids.
So you got 3 kids too,
I have 3 children.
and I'm supposed to come with the bag.
They supposed to come. And that's why you have to have a bag.
Yeah.
Like you got to take care
So
of
I'm
me
saying,
and my kids.
so like you automatically get these responsibilities.
Yes,
Stop playing.
I'm not playing.
And how many niggas doing this?
I have between 2 or 3.
I'm saying, how many have you ran into in life?
Okay, so let's say I run into 100 dudes. Probably about 4 of them.
Yeah, they're about the odds. I fuck with that now.
Probably about
They're
4
about,
of
they're
them.
about the odds. All right, all right, all
Probably
right.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, that's
Up
not.
the
Yeah, no.
number.
So that kind of sound like you are delusional. You just catching. It's just a sucker born every day.
Basically.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. So you ain't never caught no this worth something doing that though. Am I kidding?
I probably have one. See, the way this game work is you have to get with a man who ain't used to dating.
Once again, I just don't get it. And I feel sorry for that dude. And I know people are probably going to be like, well, he put himself in this position, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. I get it totally, definitely understand it. But it just, I think even when commenting and doing these reactions, it just baffles me that these women think that they're going to find a good man. And they talk about their husbands like this. They say, I want a man that's emotionally available, a man that is emotionally intelligent. His communication, the best, effective communication. But then they get on podcasts. It's no longer the threat of being embarrassed in front of her friends, embarrassed in front of your family. That you can kind of come back from, maybe, but now you're being embarrassed in front of potentially millions of people. And these types of things go viral. So I'd say 200,000 to 300,000 off top, 200,000 to 300,000 people than seeing this and they going off on you in the comments. And so when they see her, then they like, oh man, like you guys together, man. Yeah, she playing you, Doc. I would have run. I'll get out of there. But he's still there. Like, oh, I got 3 kids. And to have 3 kids and still talk this type of trash, it's just, it's insane to me. It's insane. Like, you really don't have anything left to give. Like, you don't, there's nothing. I don't understand what a man would want from you with 3 kids. What is it? Like, what is it so special about you that he would be like, oh man, I just love you so much? When there's literally women out there at this point in time, not even joking with you, I'll probably take somebody who is not as good looking as her, but comes with less baggage. I'm not joking. And I know men are big on attractiveness and all that stuff, but this type of stuff, this is an accident. Like this is trouble waiting to happen. And now he's saying, well, you're going to have to pay these bills and I'll pay them for you, but you have to pay me back. Are you a loan shark? Are we living under the same roof? Are we in the same house? Like, what? You think that's okay to be charging your husband like you a bank? Like you're his bank? He should be charging you. You owe him. Think of it as getting yourself out of debt. And then you brought kids in on him. You still trying to work the debt off yourself.
I just found out that my boyfriend of 2.5 years has a 2-year-old. Sorry. And no, he didn't cheat on me. He knocked up some woman like a month before we started dating. And he just found out, and I just found out. And from the information that I have, she was planning on like doing IVF. She didn't think she could have kids. She was going to do a sperm donor, that whole situation. And she's like freezing her eggs. And so I guess he thought she couldn't have kids. I don't know. They thought she couldn't have kids, so they didn't obviously use protection. I'm trying to not speculate and wonder if she like used him as her sperm donor. She's literally 10 years older than he is and supposedly very successful and very powerful. And he's very smart, very handsome. So I guess she thought he would just sign his rights over.
Not smart enough.
And wanted him to do that. And he was like, no, he wants to be involved. So I'm like processing my world literally being turned upside down.
Doesn't have to be turned upside down. You're not engaged to him, so you can just tell him, hey, this is a little bit too much for me. I'm sorry. I think you're a great guy, but I think I'm gonna step out.
Again.
2 years is a lot, though. I think she said 2.5 years. To be fair, that is a lot.
I'm like trying to be supportive, but also I'm just like, this is wild. Absolutely wild. Oh, I think my biggest issue is that like I am gonna be a top shelf stepmom. And right now I would say he's like the dollar menu stepdad to my kids. He has like no relationship with them and I haven't really pushed it. And yeah.
There
so I
it
don't know,
is.
becoming a dad.
So you have kids already. I see. So you can't. So you're really just upset because this is something that you have to deal with, and it's unfortunate. I mean, but at this point, without hearing the rest of the video, and we're gonna get back into it, I don't know. You kind of owe him. Like he's already taken. Well, he's not really that great of a dad. Okay, so he has a kid, and you're saying he's smart, but he's not even a good dad, a good stepdad to your kids, if y'all are even married. He's not even a good role model for your kids. So what makes you think that he's going to be a good role model for the kid that he's got on the way? Don't trap yourself in this type of stuff. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm reading it wrong.
To make things better? I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm so devastated. I have no problem being with someone who has kids. I just wasn't expecting this. We've been like house shopping, and I just thought, I just didn't see this in my bingo card. So I will give an update or maybe answer questions. I don't know. When I post this, I don't even know if we'll still be together. And I hope it works out. I'm really sad. I don't want to lose my best friend.
I don't know, man. Based on what you said, if you guys are not married, if you are married, it's going to be a little bit harder, obviously. But if you guys are not married and you don't see him as a good father, there's no reason to go on with this. I mean, I know it's a lot that you invested. You guys are really good friends. But I don't know if this is something that you would want to be involved in. I would say if he was like as you say, if he was an actually a good role model, well then yeah, stay there and try to work it out because he's doing it for you. But if he's not even doing it for your kids, I mean, he's not doing it for your kids now, and you see what he's doing. Like, he's with you, but he's not really involved in the kid's life like that. So I don't know if I would have faith for him to do it with this kid on the way. Number one. Number two, his baby mama, quote unquote, seems like she's going to be a problem. Number two. Number three, maybe he does take care of his kid, but then he's still not really showing your kids the same love. And that's also a problem. So don't get yourself in something that is not really going to be advantageous for the both of you guys, is probably what I would say. But that's just my opinion. Until the next video, I'm out.